like any minute, but you can control for like a second. Oh, that's nice. That's really a spot right there.
We know exactly how that feels at Diamond FM. With good conversations, music and top entertainment that touches your soul. It's radio like no other. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
On Diamond 88.7 FM, we give credible, factual, balanced reports at all time. Join us as we take you around the globe on the world news. Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, your shining supreme station.
From the news desk at Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin, this is news around the world.
In the headlines this evening, the presidency explains President Tinubu's airport meeting with plaintiff victims. Labour Party fixes April 28th presidential primaries and notifies INEC. Osun wants police against accepting vehicles from APC chairman. And on Easter, livestock traders lament low patronage in Ilorin. Moving on to the foreigns, in Israel threatens more Lebanon bridge strikes as tension escalates. And moving on to the business news, Turkey's inflation eases slightly to 30.9% in March. The world of entertainment news, Omar Lee releases sophomore album Clarity of Mind. And lastly, from the world of sport, Chelsea drops Enzo Fernandez for 2 games over future comments. Good evening and thanks for joining us for the news across the world on Diamond 887 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. I am Precious Afolabi D. You can listen to us via website www.diamondfm.net or keep watching us from Facebook at Diamond 887 FM. You can also download our app in Google Play Store at Diamond 887 FM. We bring you details of the news after this short break. Please, we'll be right back.
Drug abuse affects both brain and behavior. It has multifaceted impacts on one's body, mind, and nervous system. However, you can avoid being addicted by giving zero tolerance to the use of drugs. Associate yourself with the right persons. Do not give in to peer pressure and learn to handle life's pressure rather than resorting to hard substances. Remember, Diamond 88.7 FM cares for your sound spirit and good health.
This message is from Diamond 88.7 FM.
Glad to know you're there and you're welcome to the news in detail. The presidency has clarified why President Bola Ahmed Tinubu addressed victims of the recent Plateau attack at the airport and Jos rather than visiting affected communities, saying logistical and scheduling constraints influenced the decision. The explanation was contained in a statement issued on Friday by the President's Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga. According to the statements, Tinubu's itinerary on Thursday included receiving the Chadian President Mohamed Idris Deby Itno at the presidential villa before proceeding to Iperu, Ogun State. However, the following briefing from the Plateau State Governor Caleb Motswang, the president suspended the Ogun trips and arranged an emergency visit to Jos, though the bilateral meeting with the Chadian leader ran longer than expected. The Labour Party has scheduled its presidential primaries for April 28th alongside a series of congresses at different levels as part of the preparations for its 2026 elective activities. The announcement was contained in the letter sent to the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), and according to the letter signed by Interim National Chairman Senator Nenadi Usman and released in Abuja on Friday, the party will hold its state congresses on April 25th, local government area congresses on April 24th, and ward congresses on April 23rd. Usman said that the notification was in line with the legal requirement governing political parties' activity. The Forum of the Northern Christians, also known as the Northern Christian Associations, has expressed deep concern over the continued wave of violent attack across the northern Nigeria, warning that the insecurity has deepened the joy of Easter's celebrations. The group said that the situation has further heightened fear and uncertainty among communities already grappling with persistent violence. In a statement marking the Easter celebration, Chairman Reverend Joseph Ayeb and Secretary General Bishop Muhammad Anaga condemned the recent attack on Jos Plateau State and parts of Kaduna State on Palm Sunday, which reportedly claimed several lives and left many injured. The call for improved security measures to protect lives and property, stressing that Nigeria should be able to celebrate religious festivals without fear of violence. Moving on to the INEC scene, the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission's INEC, Joshua Amopita, has cautioned the African Democratic Congress ADC against proceeding with its planned congresses and national conventions without the Commission's oversight, warning that such actions could invalidate any outcome. Amopita issues the warning on Friday during an interview on national TV and monitored by Diamond FM following the party's indications that it will go ahead with its convention despite INEC's derecognition of the leadership linking for the former Senate President David Mack and former Osun State Government, that is Rauf Aregbesola. He said defying the Commission's directive could attract serious legal consequences. He explained that INEC position is based on a substantive court order, stressing that the directive is not arbitrary. Moving to the Oyo scene, the Osun State government has cautioned the Nigerian police force against accepting vehicle donations from local government chairmen elected on the platform of All Progressives Congress (APC), insisting that those currently overseeing councils areas lack a valid mandate to remain in office, as the government describes the planned donation as inappropriate under the prevailing circumstances. In a statement issued on Friday, in Oshogbo, Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment Kolapo Alimi characterized the process gesture as a poison gift with malicious, mischievous, and harmful intention. He urged the police to reject the offer in order to protect the integrity and reputation of the force. Reacting, the All Progressives Congress (APC), through its spokesperson Kola Olabisi, criticized the stance of the state government and Governor Ademola Adeleke. The party argued that the protections of lives and property should take precedence over political agreement, calling for cooperations to enhance security in the state. Coming to the home front thing, Kwara, the Nigerian Political Science Association's NPSA, has called for strict adherence to the rules of the law and Nigeria democratic practice, expressing concern over what it describes as growing disregard for due process. In a process statement issued today, the association said recent developments in the country's political space reflect persistent challenges undermining democratic governance. As the Nigerian Political Science Association especially cited in crisis within the African Democratic Congress ADC and the actions of Independent National Electoral Commission's INEC, alleging that the electoral body fails to follow due process in handling leadership disputes within the party. He noted that conflicting court decisions and INEC's shifting positions had further deepened tension, warning that such actions could erode public confidence in democratic institutions. And still in the home front, St. Quara, traders selling live chicken, turkey, and catfishing in Lorry have raised concern over poor patronage ahead of the Easter celebration, citing a significant drops in customers' turnout compared to previous festive periods. The sellers attributed the trend to prevailing economy challenges affecting households. Speaking with Diamond FM, some traders in the Unity area said sales have been slow despite expectations of increased demands during the festive season. They noted that many customers appears to be cutting back and spending impacting their businesses. The sellers, however, express optimism that patronage may improve on Saturday as families mark last-minute purchases ahead of the Easter Sunday. They also appeal to the government to reduce the pump price of petroleum, stressing that high transportations and operational costs continue to drive up prices and limit consumers' purchasing power. The news across the world is reaching you from Diamond 887 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. We go on a break now. When we return, we bring you foreign news, entertainment, and sport news. Please, we'll be right back.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond 887 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
You're still there and you're welcome listening to the news across the world, reaching you from Diamond 887 FM, Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. Now we move to the foreign stories, and the foreign stories today is a military as threatening to destroy additional bridges in southern Lebanon as its ground invasions intensified. The warning has heightened fear amid the ongoing conflict and widespread disruptions in the region. In a post on Friday, Israeli Army spokesperson Archive Adre said the military plans to target the Sohomor Motsungra bridges over the Latani River in the western Bekaa Valley, alleging they are used by the Hezbollah. Still on the foreign scene, the Burkina Faso military leader Captain Ibrahim Traoré has sparked controversies after declaring that democracy kills and urging citizens to forget the system. Speaking during an interview heard on state television, the military leader said democracy is not sustainable for the country. Traoré, who came to power through a coup 3 years ago, argued that many Africans do not favor democracy and hinted at an alternative system for Burkina Faso, though it did not provide any detail. Moving on to the business news. Business news today, Turkey's annual inflation rate recorded a slight decline to 30.9% in March, down from 31.5% in February, and according to the official data released on Friday, data from the Turkish Statistical Institute (TÜİK) shows that consumers' prices rose by 1.9% month-on-month in March compared to 2.96% in February, largely driven by increases in education and housing costs. The inflation research groups estimated a high monthly rise of the 4.10% and the annual inflation rate of 54.62%, continuing its trend of disputing official data. And Turkey has battled double-digit inflation since 2019, with rate exceeding 75% in May 2024 before gradually declining. And now to the world of entertainment news. The entertainment news today, Afrobeat star Omale has released his long-awaited sophomore album, Clarity of Mind, across all major streaming platforms. The 12th tracks project blends Afrofusion sound with astrophysic clinical lyrics, showcasing his signature style. The album features tracks such as The Artificial Happiness, Ja Knows, Canada Breeze, and Don't Love Me, among others. It marks a new phase in the singer's career as he explores themes of self-discovery, emotional growth, and healing. Lastly, from the world of sports today, Chelsea has dropped midfielder Enzo Fernandez for the next 2 matches following comments about his future that manager Liam Rosner describes as crossing a line. The Argentines had hinted at the uncertainty over his long-term stay at the Stamford Bridge after club's Champions League exit. Fernandez, who joined Chelsea in January 2023 for the British record fee, further fueled speculations by stating he would like to live in Spain. And according to the coach, he will miss the FA Cup quarter-final against Port Vale and the Premier League clash with Manchester City on April 12th and the part of disciplinary sanction. Rezanor said that the decision was made collectively to protect the club's culture, stressing that while he respects Fernandez, such remarks were unacceptable. Last in the world of sports, Newcastle United forward Williams Osula has been named the Premier League Goal of the Month winner for match, edging out the competitive shortly that include Alex Iwobi and several top-flight stars. The Nigerian eligible youngsters and the accolade for his dramatic 90th minute winner against Manchester United. And with that, we have come to the end of the news across the world. But before we go, here is the recap of the major highlights. You heard Presidency explain President Tinubu's airport meeting with the Plateau victims. Labour Party faces April 28 presidential primaries, notifies INEC. Osun warns police against accepting vehicle from APC chairman. Livestock traders lament low patronage in Ilorin. Moving on to the foreign news, Israel threatens more Lebanon bridge strikes as tensions escalate. As we move on to the world of business, from the business news, talking inflation eases slightly to 30.9% in March. In the world of entertainment, Omale releases sophomore album Clarity of Mind. And lastly, from the world of sport, Chelsea drops Endo Fernandez for 2 games over future comments. On this day segment, on this day in 1973, Motorola engineer Martin Cooper made the first public mobile phone call on an handheld subscribers unit. If you don't know, now you know. For more information or happenings around you, kindly contact Diamond FM Newsroom on this number 0916 062 7526. The news was compiled and edited by Adeyemi Adiwale. I am Precious Afolabi D. Many thanks for listening to your shining supreme stations. Please do note that the Yoruba version of the news will still come on board, and we say Happy Good Friday.
For up-to-date news reported across the globe, be rest assured you're on the right radio dial. Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin, your shining supreme station.